On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks find a way to win. Cooper Flagg pushed through the rookie wall? Question mark. And the Mavs starting to come away with some players feel good about building around.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
Zone 5. Nick, that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, where we're letting it ride again slightly. It's late. It's great. See, you're just not in it. Your heart's just not in it. That's why I didn't let it ride the last couple times.
It's 1-8. Well, I was looking at something stupid. So hold on. So try it again.
All right, where we let it ride. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Thanks for being in every day and making Locked On Mavs your first listen to make the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Before tip-off, check out the FanDuel app. See what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern. Joining me, as always, the other voice, the postgame prodigy from the great Slightly Biased YouTube channel, which is even the Dallas Mavericks this morning. Slightly Biased.
Yeah, this morning. Tale of two halves, most certainly for this team. Tale of two halves, and their first half output really all year has been the worst watch in the NBA. I mean, I've watched more NBA through this point in time than I've ever watched ever in my life. And I think the Mavericks' first 24 minutes of basketball every single night is the worst watch in the league.
Is that by design? I want to talk about that. We'll talk about Cooper Flagg. We'll talk about Brandon Williams and his game winner. We'll talk about Max Christie and a couple of things he did. We'll talk about Naji Marshall, Anthony Davis's impact, a lot of different things we can get into. But let's start here. Slightly Biased. I agree with you. The Mavs keep starting so slow and so terrible. And it's become like almost a staple of Jason Kidd teams that start badly. How many starting lineups have we gone through, except for the beginning of last season, except for that one? The Mavs have had these starting lineups that just start slow every single time in these games. Another one where they had 7 turnovers in the first quarter. I think they had 10 through the first 18 minutes of the game or something like that, where you just go, man, what are they doing? They start with no point guard again. And, the double big lineup, Jason Kidd trots that out again. And I just don't understand some of these slow starts. I don't understand some of these decisions that are being made with this team. What is he trying to get out of this double big, no point guard lineup at this point?
So we kind of wondered after the Rockets game if that was going to be a sign that they're going back to this and this is going to be kind of a staple moving forward.
Here we are again.
Yeah, and here we are, second game in a row of the double big. I didn't think it was necessarily great against the Rockets.
No.
And it was not great to start this game at all.
And the Rockets didn't have Şengün.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but what's a very common, you think about the Celtics, the Pacers, how do people describe these teams? Five out teams.
The Celtics and the Pacers, yeah,
they're 5 out.
Yeah, take a lot of threes.
The Mavericks look at this and say, all right, all these teams are winning. They can all play 5 out. We're going to go 1 out.
1 out, 5 in.
We're going to go
They're running a box
out.
and 1 and they're on their offense.
Yeah. Let's try out the 1 out and see how it works.
This was a game where it reminded me that the Mavs, the two things that we thought the Mavs could get away with or thought that they would do this season have been completely taken away from them. And it's why we're celebrating a one-shot win against the Sacramento Kings, where it was not there was in question a lot during the game where you go, I don't know if they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
The Mavs' big advantage this season was supposed to be size with Lively and AD and Flagg and PJ. And you're like, all right, here we go. And Gafford off the bench. And you're like, okay, here we go. This team's going to have so much size. They're going to overwhelm teams. And then they were going to be okay with D'Angelo Russell, with maybe Dante Exum, with maybe Brandon Williams, just filling in some minutes at point guard. Like each of them, we're talking about, all right, maybe each of them gets 20 minutes. Maybe each of them gets 18, and we're like whoever's hot that night gets the rest of them or something like that. And the fact that Dereck Lively is out for the season, the fact that D'Angelo Russell has been rendered completely unplayable, both by his own play and by Jason Kidd, not giving him any kind of chance, even though some other players I think have played worse than him, like Caleb Martin, and he keeps giving him time and not D'Angelo Russell. But like those two things have just made this team the way that it is. And so you look at a team that has two guys on the All-Star voting list in Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis in the West right now, and they are barely beating the Sacramento Kings in a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a very good team. I will push back on one thing. I do think Caleb's better than D'Lo.
Right now?
Yeah, I think Caleb's actually starting to give some decent minutes, at least defensively.
1 point, 1 rebound,
defensively,
2 assists.
Defensively.
I'm not. He's been worse than him to start the season.
I think D'Lo gives you nothing at this point in time.
Okay, I think D'Lo give you a couple games where he was at least getting 20 points, and you're like, all right, well at least he's doing something. He's taking shots. I'm not doing the D'Angelo Russell will save the Mavs season thing. I'm just saying it's wild to me that he'll give him 0 minutes at all when he's still throwing Caleb Martin out there, who was terrible to start the season, couldn't even like dribble at times to begin this season. He's like, all right, well, we'll keep giving Caleb Martin some time, but D'Angelo Russell just sitting on the bench, hanging out.
It's clear that was not a kid
100%.
approved signing.
It's done. I mean, it's done. It's like he's going to be traded or something, or waived, or he'll be a buyout guy.
Yeah,
the waive his player option, or I don't know if they can do that, but
absolutely, that's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, the lineup stuff is wonky. I don't get the first quarter stuff. I just looked it up. They have the 3rd highest turnover rate in the first quarter of games this season, the 2nd worst offensive rating in the first quarter of games to start the year. I do feel like it doesn't make any sense. I get the rookie wall thing. You kind of see it in this game. Coop just progressively gets more comfortable over the course of the game, and maybe that's just a tiny microcosm of the season where it's like, guys, just be patient with this stuff. But it doesn't make sense. I'm just like, what's the end goal here? This isn't a lineup that makes any practical sense at all. You have AD who needs to operate in like the high post is like the most you'll stretch him out, right? Well, Gafford is a guy who either sets high screens or is chilling in the dunker spot. Naji's not a shooter, and teams will gladly help off him. Teams will help off Coop, and they know Coop wants to drive. So now you have Coop who wants to drive. You got AD wants to operate in the high post. You got Gaff who's in the dunker spot. Naji also wants to get in the painted area. So it's like, where do you expect anything to come from here?
The geography of the court, you've created a rhombus, I feel like, is what you've created. You haven't created like a good 5 out or even like 4 out, 1 in. You've created, I don't know what you've created.
And then on top of that, what bugs me is it's Coop did good early on. He had a few assists, but it was just, you're not going to manufacture a single thing, like nothing. And I think the idea behind that lineup is probably, okay, we're just going to bludgeon this team defensively, and then we're going to get out and run. Like then we're just going to push, and now we got all this size.
That's their best offense is transition. It's been all year.
Right, but they barely got out in transition in this game. My goodness, the half court rating
it was like 70 at the halftime.
In this game, the Mavs had a 71 half court offensive rating in the half court, which is in the 1 percentile. The Kings had a 75, which is in the 3 percentile. I mean, this was a horrible basketball game. This was terrible.
The Kings are so bad. I was watching this game going, I don't know if I feel good about this win. Like,
no. This isn't like, all right, guys, we're back. This is like, this team's not very good at all. But it is, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm happy they win games. Look, they're 14-23. We've talked about this. The hole they dug themselves is too deep. I've said just play the season out, whatever. They're bad enough that they're going to lose games by themselves. If you're that worried about tanking, they're probably not going to catch up with some of these teams below them anyways. If Coop has like a good game, I literally don't care what happens at all.
So did you think he had a good game?
I did, yeah. I thought he had a really good game.
I thought he did too. Coming up, let's talk about Coop. Let's talk about his good game. Did he touch the wall?
Oh, he touched it.
He's got to touch it. He's got to rub it and hold it.
I think he did. And we'll talk about that coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook, all kinds of props and odds, things that you can use to get in on the action. Go check out FanDuel. They got the NBA Happy Hour that happens every Friday. That's coming up. NBA Happy Hour to kick off the weekend. It's your official pregame limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app so you can get started on that early. I think it's like 5 to 6:30 Central Time. You can go see that. Let's see. They got to have the next Mavs game on here. They don't have the next Mavs game. They've got Clippers, Knicks, Knicks are a 6-point favorite against the Clippers. That is an interesting line because the Clippers have been terrible. Knicks have not been great recently, but the Clippers have been good recently. Lakers, Spurs, interesting one. Spurs, 7.5-point favorite at home against the Lakers. So a couple of them there that you can go check out. All kinds of other things on FanDuel. So before tip-off, check out the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 Central Time. Little basketball, little action, a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every day. We appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the show. We have the text line that you can subscribe to, get rumors and alerts sent straight to your phone. You also get access to our Discord, where you can chat with a bunch of Mavs fans. Also, the Everydayers Club, where you can get access to ad-free shows, bonus national content, all kinds of different things, as well as the Discord. 2 different things you can subscribe to, and it helps us out. And you get access to more Locked On Mavs things. All right, Slightly. Cooper Flagg. I don't know which one of these things he did to the rookie wall, but I think he did one of them.
He's got to touch it. He's got to rub it and hold it.
20 points, 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, hit 2 threes, but hit both of his free throws as well. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal. Only had 1 turnover, one of the Mavs' biggest things. He was plus 11 in a game that the Mavs only won by, 2 points? And everybody else, all the starters struggled except for Gafford in the plus-minus department. And I thought it was just a solid game from Cooper Flagg. All the rookie wall stuff, I did a show recently where I said I don't think he's hitting a rookie wall. I think he's having a shooting slump. He had 3-game shooting slump earlier in the season. Then he had 13 games where he was awesome. Then he had 3 games in a row where he shot bad. And then he just shot well again. Like, he was taking the same shots. He's getting to his spots in the same way. His touch was back. He took a really tough fall earlier, like in the game where we thought he was going to be out for the season. It was maybe a flag boo-boo. We used to call them Luka boo-boos, but where you just go, oh my God. At first I thought his knee dislocated. I was like, oh my God, why is he holding his knee like that? Why does it look like that? Then he got up, got on the bike and came back in. But I thought it was a really good game from Flagg. A game where you just see all the decision-making happening at once.
Yeah. I mean, the counting stats don't jump out at you, but it's not, these 1-game plus minus things can be really wonky. He had the best plus minus on the team, him and Gafford, and I think that absolutely passes the eye test with those 2 guys, because I thought Gafford gave some great minutes tonight too. Yeah, I mean, I like 5 threes. He attempted 5 threes. I love that. He had 4 combined 3-point attempts in his last 2 games, making 0 of them. So I like the fact that he shot 5 threes. He made 2 of them. That's good. We'll gladly take 40% on threes. I thought he did a great job passing. That kick out to B-Will, very similar to that play against Portland a few nights ago, where he drives, they cut off the driving lane, he kicks out to an open shooter. Naji missed his. It was a great look. B-Will, not a great 3-point shooter. I mean, it makes sense for the Kings to help off there, and whatever happens. And B-Will knocked it down. I'm sure we'll talk about B-Will here in a bit, because that was a fantastic fantastic second half by him. But yeah, the second half numbers for Coop in this game, I mean, 11, 7, and 1 in the second half, but a plus 20 in 17 minutes. I mean, just completely dominated the game when he was on the floor. And that's the type of impact that's rare stuff for a rookie. And I agree with you. I didn't think it was a rookie wall. I thought it was just missing some shots.
Miss some shots.
It was like, he needs to shoot some threes. Rookie wall, I think of usually guys really fatigue out, and, that comes a little bit later. Or I think VJ had a stretch earlier in the year where it felt like there was maybe, okay, the defenses have figured me out, and now I'm a little bit almost lost at times, which I've never felt that way with Coop, and VJ is completely busted through that as well. So,
it's like a fatigue and a malaise that hits a player at a certain point in the season where they realize, oh my God, there's 50 games left in this season. You go, why? We've only done 25 of these. We've only done 30 of these. Like, they just hit this spot where you go, man, we've played so much. There's that video of was it Keontae George and Larry Markkinen doing that podcast where Keontae George goes, yeah, there are times my rookie season, I didn't know what city I was in. I would wake up and be like, where are we? Larry Markkinen said, one time I got up in the middle of the night, walked to the bathroom in my hotel room, and I had walked the wrong way because the bathroom in the last hotel was to my right. And I walked that way, he's like, we just didn't know where I was. And I think that's the malaise that hits at a certain point, and the fatigue. And I don't think that's necessarily hit Flagg yet.
Yeah. And we'll see if it does. But yeah, I don't think we got that the last 3 games. I just think it was a bad shooting stretch. Everything else looked good to me.
Yeah, which happens. He had 8, 7, and 7 assists in those 3 games.
Right. We talked about that he hasn't had a game with under 5 assists since I think it's now December 20-something. It's been weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 6 assists in this game. Thought he had some really great passes. That pass at the end of the first quarter, 30 seconds left, where he gets doubled, and then he's just staring down Klay Thompson the whole play and no look to Gafford. That was just an amazing, like, great patience and vision pass from him.
Yeah. Those are the plays right there when it's manipulating the defense with your eyes or with lookaways, whatever the case. Those are the signs and makings of a really talented playmaker. So, yeah, those are the ones that really excite you.
Third quarter, he had one where it was pick and roll with Anthony Davis and just an incredible pocket pass where just the size that he has to be able to make that pass is, like a small guard couldn't make the pass that he made at that spot. Anthony Davis missed the shot, but I mean, it's just another one where you just see his ability out of the pick and roll. They wanted to run him at point guard, and this is one of the things in his development where, hey, we've got to get you to start making some of these plays like this, and he just does, and he makes the right play every single time. 1 turnover too. The Mavs struggled with the turnovers a ton in this game, and he was not part of it.
Yeah, and I thought he played some great defense too.
Yeah.
I mean, this game was just horrible. I mean, this really was a horrible basketball game. I mean, there's no choice around it, man.
This is why I didn't start with like anything like, yeah, Brandon Williams game winner. I was like, man, I don't know if I feel good about this game.
I mean, the Kings end of game, it's hard not to think that there might not be an organizational thing that players are even bought in on.
They're the 28th defense in the NBA, and the Mavs had a 70 half court rating. Like that's awful. I mean, what 70?
I'm just thinking of these last few shots for the Kings. A Dennis Schroeder early shot clock step back 3 over Cooper Flagg that barely touches the rim. And then Zach LaVine, I think it was, or might have been DeRozan, saves it from going out of bounds and then kicks out the Russell Westbrook, who then says, all right, it's my time now.
My time, Westbrook time.
And then he misses a step back 3 over AD. And then Naji goes 0-2 at the free throw line.
The Kings, like they're sleepwalking through all these games. It's like,
I know.
And I thought DeRozan was pretty good to end this game.
Yeah, he definitely took over.
He had a couple of buckets here and there where you go, all right, here's actually DeMar DeRozan hit 3 threes too, which is huge for him. His defense was just abysmal in this game.
There is this weird thing with the Kings right now where I'm watching it. I'm like, this doesn't even feel like it's like I'm seeing DeMar DeRozan out there, but it doesn't even feel like it's him weirdly. It's like
this is a team where you go Westbrook, LaVine, and DeRozan. Like 5 years ago, this team has 3 28-point per game scorers on it.
Yeah.
Feeling really good. This is a team that, if you've ever worked at a company where every single person is just clocking in, clocking out. Or like I've worked at restaurants where just every single person, like nobody wants to talk to each other. Nobody really cares about what is going on. Nobody cares about the pushing product or anything. It's just like literally let me just clock in and clock out and get my tips and let's just go. Like everybody that's worked in restaurants has worked at a restaurant like that. Where
the restaurant's closing down soon.
Yes, yeah, or it's getting sold, or like I think we worked at Chili's. I think when I worked at Chili's one time, it got sold to that bigger company, and it was like, yeah, okay, well, they're just gonna make all these big changes, and so okay, well, none of these managers are gonna be here. It's like that kind of idea.
Yeah, that is what it feels like.
Oof, that Kings team, man. You mentioned Brandon Williams. He did hit the game winner eventually. He hit a mid-range shot with like a minute 21 left on that Flagg offensive rebound. That was a huge shot from him to give the Mavs a 2-point lead. He also hit the 3 with 33 seconds left after the Flagg drive and kick, and he had 18 points off the bench. I thought Jason Kidd looked at him before this game and said, if you get the ball, you drive to the rim every single time, which makes sense because they don't have rim protection on the Kings. They don't even have really good perimeter defense. They don't have anything good defensively at all. And he was doing that, but it was like, you drive to the rim and you don't pass at all. You just get there. You get to the rim, and he just did it every single time. But finished the game with 2 great shots.
Yeah. A big and one, a big 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really had no answer for him. They have nobody who can stay in front of him on the perimeter, really. It was the trio of him, Naji, Cooper Flagg in the second half that really carried this team. And yeah, these are the games, and obviously I was really happy for him to hit that 3 because that 3-point percentage is bugging him. It's concerning that a lot of his threes don't even really look that close sometimes out of his hands. But that one, the moment it left his hands, especially the angle that it was at, like right perfectly aligned with the broadcast angle.
Yeah.
The moment it left his hands was like, oh, that's going in 100%. Like that
Felt good about it.
Felt good out of his hands. So yeah, good for him. And his ability to get to the rim is just so needed on this team all the time.
We talk about players that have just one elite skill, and you can play in the NBA. And B-Will, it's the speed. It's just the ball and the speed with the ball in his hands. You can find a way on any team, like to find a way to make some kind of impact.
Yeah, I so fast.
So fast.
I didn't have anything else to add.
1:20 in the morning, and we're starting.
1:20 a.m. man, unreal.
10 p.m. local start time for this game.
What is this garbage? I don't get it.
I was talking to some Kings people today because I gotta say that our friend Matt George is moving on from Locked On Kings, and it's just one of the things that it hurts my soul on the inside that Matt George won't be hosting Locked On Kings anymore. He's hosted it for a long time, but I was talking to some potential Locked On Kings hosts today, and they were like, yeah, 8 p.m. local start time tonight. Like, oh man, it's so late. I don't know what. And I was like, 8 p.m. I was like, Mavs regularly have 8 p.m. starts all the time.
I know. I don't understand this at all. I don't get the point. I have to question is it's like you're basically saying East Coast viewers, we don't care about you viewing this game at all.
They did put on a Mavs versus Kings game, so of course, I don't know if they're gonna care.
I know, but I'm even like, what? I would kind of get this if they did these. Hey, we're gonna have these really late West Coast games on Peacock, but it only if it's like the Clippers versus the Kings, like both West Coast teams, both in that market. So it's like most of the fans watching.
So you can only do Blazers, Warriors, Kings, Clippers, Lakers.
There's enough of those that I feel like at least two of those teams are playing each other almost
Do the
every
Mountain
night.
Time teams like the Nuggets and Jazz, do they get thrown in there?
Yeah, throw them into that bunch because that's only an 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock start time for them. That's not the end of the world. But then the game doesn't start until 15 minutes after scheduled tip.
I know.
I mean, that was insane. It's 10 minutes into the scheduled tip, and Peacock's doing the player intros. I'm like, this game was supposed to start 10 minutes ago, bro. Like the player intros is cool. They look good. It's cool, but like, come on.
Coming up, Anthony Davis made an impact in this game. Absolutely. 19 points on 23 shots, though. Struggled there. What do we make of Anthony Davis's game? We'll talk about that. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Rocket Money. Let's be real. It's 2026. Time to be real. Managing your finances can be overwhelming between subscriptions you forgot about, bills that keep going up and up, trying to figure out where all your money actually goes each month. There's too many things happening. You're trying to keep track of all your expenses, all your subscriptions, all your bills, all your fixed costs, your not fixed costs, your all kinds of stuff. That's where Rocket Money comes in. Personal finance app that helps you take control. It finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, helps you lower bills so you can grow your savings. I've used Rocket Money before, and it did lower my phone bill, which was awesome. Saved me money, and I didn't have to do anything. It was awesome to be able to see that happen and to have them lower that bill. They contacted a company and got my bill lowered, and you're like, man, why am I not doing this? Well, Rocket Money does it for you. So check it out and check out Rocket Money. It helps you also organize everything, which is awesome. If you're not a spreadsheet person, Rocket Money will help you to organize all your finances. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/locked-on. Again, rocketmoney.com/locked-on. rocketmoney.com/locked-on. Also brought to you by Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy made easy. You can go to Prize Picks, and right now they have all kinds of stuff. If you want to jump into player projections for the first time, you try something new, it can feel like a challenge, but with Prize Picks, it's always good to be right. So you pick, you predict, and then you play. You set up a lineup. You can check different players. You can see what is available for you, and you go into, let's go to NBA. We'll go to view all the games. We'll go to tomorrow. There's all kinds of things. You can pick like Jalen Brunson, 28.5 points, more or less on that. Let's see, Con Knipple, 18.5 points against the Raptors. Let's go less on that one. Brandon Ingram, 6.5 rebounds. That one's a special one. I can only pick more on that one, so I'll do more on that one. Stuff like that. You can set up your lineup, see what you can win. It's great. After you download the Prize Picks app, use this code, LOCKEDONNBA. You get $50 free in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. So play the $5 lineup for yourself. Then you get $50 to use. That's code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
He's got to touch it. He's got to rub it and hold it.
That's right.
Every once in a while, I got to see if Slightly's listening.
That's right. I'm listening.
All right, Slightly. Let's talk about this Anthony Davis game. 19 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers. I think all in like the first 18 minutes or so. And this is a game where you just obviously made a huge impact. Mavs don't win this game without him. Kings took like 25 shots at the rim. That's obviously Anthony Davis deterring shots from the rim. He played over 35 minutes, but the shot selection was struggled. The shots that he made were putbacks, so the stuff around the rim I thought was good from him, but everything else he struggled from. Got to the free throw line, made 5 of those. 3 offensive rebounds is good. It's one of those where you just go, man, Anthony Davis, he struggles to get his own shot, and it's something that has really plagued the Mavs offense all season. Makes a huge impact defensively, huge impact on the boards. But the fact that he can't get his own shot, it's one of the reasons why the Mavs have a 70 offensive rating, in the half court in a game against the Kings when they usually allow 100, offensive rating in the half court.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big reason why those early game lineups don't make a lot of sense too, because it's a lot of, it's interesting early on in the game. I thought the Kings were just living with these switches where AD would have LaVine on them. And it was a little bit frustrating because it was like he would pass the ball and then wouldn't get it back. There wouldn't be like a boomerang pass back. So it's like, what? You spend so much time sometimes trying to force feed AD the ball when he's getting, when they're denying passes or the defense is walling him off. And yet the moment you don't have that, you're not just spamming them. Okay. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of similar though to how we talked about Coop earlier, where I feel like he just missed some bunnies that he usually makes.
Definitely did miss some. Yeah. I don't think all 23 of his shots were bad decisions.
Right. So it's like I can give him a little bit of a pass there, but he was great on the boards. And the second half, the Mavs were great. And the Kings shot 35% in the second half when AD was on the court. So, yeah, I mean, he was impactful in the game. He wasn't fantastic. It wasn't a great game. Yeah, offensively, there were some shots where you're like, all right, dude, can we like maybe take a better shot next time down the floor? But
then he looks around and goes, what are my other options here?
Well, hold on, my cat is really bro, 1:30 in the morning. Part of the AD
Your cat is like, this is usually my time. Like, you should not be living with this.
I know, he's such a spoiled brat. He really is. I love him though.
Aren't all cats?
Yes, this one is a special brand though. Like special. But no, AD can do this thing sometimes where he'll drive really hard to the rim and then throw up something, either hoping it goes in or hoping for a foul call, and then he's on the ground and our runs 10 rows into the.
He hasn't done that this season as much as I saw with the Lakers. Like the last couple of Lakers seasons, I felt like he did that way more than he's doing.
Yeah,
with Mavs.
And then that was a problem I think in this game because we mentioned the half court numbers. It felt like the Kings were really pushing the pace off of missed layups. So all of those hurt the team because it was an immediate transition opportunity for the Kings. And whenever your defense was set, I mean, they had basically no chance of scoring. Sacramento did. And because a lot of that's because of AD.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. And he's the only backline defender. And so he's got to be able to get back.
Gaff had a couple really good possessions like sequences in this game he had
a good block late.
Yeah.
That was a game saver for sure too.
Yeah. He had a good game. Gafford did.
Yeah, Gafford, 10 points, 13 boards, had 7 offensive rebounds in this game. That is not something we normally see from Gafford, but he was getting in there.
He was a monster on the offensive glass. He's put together a couple good games in a row, so that's encouraging to see.
And we've been waiting for Gafford to come back because I've not been hard on Gafford all season because I've been like, it's the ankle. He's just not Daniel Gafford. He's been in and out of the lineup so many times with that ankle injury that we just haven't seen him in 22 minutes, 10 boards, 13 boards, 10 points. Like that is a block. That's what you want to see from Gafford.
And Naji was really good down the stretch of this game as well. He hit a huge 3 in the corner. That was a really nice play by Max Christie. Late in the game, Max Christie gets his defender to fly by on a pump fake and then swings it to the corner. That tied the game. Mavs were down 3 with 2:05 left. Naji Marshall hasn't been a great 3-point shooting season for him, but hit that big shot and had a couple other big buckets down the stretch of this game. Obviously, those 2 missed free throws at the end, but no damage done. It is what it is.
Dubs in the chat.
Woohoo. It's games like these where I'm like, guys, what do you want the tank to look like exactly? Because at some point, you want to stay somewhat competitive for Coop.
What do you mean? Like, who do you want? Like, the people that want to tank, right? Like, I think it's better for them to tank.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you watch a game like tonight, it's like they're going to win games like these. Like, it's just,
the Wizards
didn't play great,
7-5, and they're trying to tank all season. It happens to every team.
Yeah, this Kings team beat the Mavs a few nights ago. This Kings team is dreadful. The Mavs won by 2 points. Like, they're going to lose games. Kyrie comes back, it's a different kind of conversation. And obviously, we've seen this team beat the Nuggets twice and the Rockets twice. So I get where the tankers are coming from in that regard. But what have you seen all year from at any point this year to be like, this team has to send guys away right now for peanuts because they got to lose games? It's like, they're going to lose games, man. They're not very good.
Well, they're, 2.5 games out of the play-in?
Yeah, that's whatever.
You're just done. You're done with the play-in?
I think they should get rid of the play-in tournament.
Okay, then
I really do. I think it's time to put
five games out of the 8th seed then.
Yeah, see that's nothing. You're in the lottery. If I say nothing, that's a lot. You're in the lottery.
There you are. Go check out Slightly
Get rid of
Biased
the play-in tournament. I'm done with it. It's a joke. It's a farce.
Stream on the Haymaker Network. Great stuff all the time over there. We'll have the Everydayers Club in the text line, links in the description or the QR code. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
The 17 and 19 Bulls would play in a playing game. Who wants to see that?
17-21 Hawks.
Yeah.